never talk to me or my son again.
1, 2, 3. Greetings, everyone. Old friends, new friends, people who are leaving, who are on their way out, who are like, no thank you, I'm done. It was nice knowing you. I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And this is 15 Minutes of Fume.
Ah. 1, 2, 3.
Are you counting the minutes?
4, 5.
Are you,
Yeah.
Are you like fully dissociating?
15 seconds of fume?
Oh, you wish.
It's already over. Bye.
Da 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 da. We are here today to sniff the recent Lunacy Ménage à Trois perfumes. This is the September Lunacy, the Harvest Moon Lunacy. And we are going to harvest some Ménage perfumes, sniff them, describe them, and then you will have an accounting of them mentally at your fingertips when you maybe are shopping for the Halloween perfumes, which you will be doing sooner than later. So for the record, we release these perfumes, and now as long as you keep this tab open, you have to hear about them. Got it?
Got it for me?
It's everyone.
I
Are
got
you
it.
on board?
I got it.
He's like passed out on your lap.
It's like a time to rest.
Moving right along. We're gonna go, I'm doing these in no particular order, I can tell, by having picked up avocado, lemongrass, and white musk. Sounds like a lovely tea, except for I don't drink musk. Or avocado.
I was like, wait a minute. I know, that was not what I was expecting you to say.
The kids today with their expensive avocado tea
your avocado
and their
tea.
lemongrass toast. So, I don't think I've ever smelled an avocado perfume. I've made many a guacamole, but I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. There's ambient beats coming in from a neighbor's apartment, which I find motivating. I don't know about you. I mean, in the bottle, the lemongrass is just...
it's there.
It's just like bright and brassy. What was the rest of it? Avocado and the white musk. Okay. I mean, definitely getting a bit of the musk. The avocado is not something I'm like tracking, but that might be a good thing.
I feel like avocado is not known for its scent.
Right. I'm
like,
thinking
I feel like it has a subtle
maybe
scent.
a green creaminess.
Right.
Is what I'm imagining I might find on the skin. Smooth green creaminess.
Smooth like guacamole. Easy
with
like Sunday morning.
Surprise brown pockets. My favorite avocado fact is that when they became more popularly imported to Europe, there was like a uptick in emergency room injuries because of people like cutting them, and there was like, I think they referred to it as like avocado hand, because it was like people who are not used to the softness of this fruit / vegetable / whatever the fuck it is, were like hurting themselves trying to like cut it, which I think anyone who's spent some serious avocado time has done at least once. But that ramble has given the scent enough time to open up on the skin.
I would say that it's still very lemongrassy.
Yeah, that's like the dominant note here.
It's so nice though. It is like just that crisp lemongrass that we all know and love.
It's got a bite. I mean, and that has a kind of like a lovely, like sparkling, playful sweetness, which I attribute to the musk. I don't really know what to attribute to the avocado here.
It does not smell like guacamole.
No.
If, like, that is your concern.
Well,
erase the concern.
There's no tomatillos or serrano peppers in it, so...
Right. What are you even talking about? What am I talking about?
But it is, I don't know, like the mellowness that is kind of offsetting the lemongrass, I would say. Maybe the avocado is merging with the musk in a way to where I can't track it, and then an hour from now I'll be like, that is an avocado.
It's just completely nice and enjoyable, and like...
Yeah,
wow.
No complaints,
Sparkly.
Nary a salad note detected. Okay, now we have CHAMPA Orchid, Chocolate, and Vetiver. Is CHAMPA orchid a thing? I don't know.
Is it CHAMPA hyphen orchid?
Is are an ignorant.
I was CHAMPA, now I'm CHAMPA hyphen orchid.
The CHAMPA orchid wedding. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't get to do a lot of chocolatey florals, I think.
Whoa. This is heavy.
For a 3-note perfume, this goes in a lot of places. It's like they're all running in a different direction, like a mass robbery, you know? Like they grabbed your purse and then they scattered. My brain wants to track each of them, and but I have to probably commit to one. In the bottle, of course, the chocolate is just like the easiest one to follow. You might think it would be sweeter because of the chocolate, but it's actually incredibly constrained. It's not like a super foody chocolate. It's got more of that kind of dark nuttiness, and also a lot of the sweetness seems to be coming from the CHAMPA orchid note, which is confusing because the chocolate then becomes like a kind of a cooler, more bittersweet, like mass in there.
This is kind of messing my brain up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, this is what did it.
This is what did it.
The vetiver, I can't believe I haven't mentioned it till now. I mean, it's relatively understated. It's not out there just like yelling.
But I smell it in there.
I smell it. I
know.
And it's contributing to the bitterness of the chocolate.
Yeah.
It's offsetting the sweetness. It's just kind of like a bit of like a rowdy, moody, dark scent.
Yeah, I agree with.
I really just don't even know how to characterize it.
No, dense.
It has mysterious intentions. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a mystery here. Like it's comforting, but not too comforting. I don't know. It's sexy, but forbidding. It's it's chocolate.
It's high, but it's grounded.
Yeah, it's here, but it's really gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's definitely here. Disco is wearing his denim vest from Dolly Parton's Doggy Parton Canine Couture collection. He's probably out of frame right now because he's that chill. He's a dog puddle. But
flat as a penny.
We will we'll bring him up and give him a
real
fashion show for those, to reward those who actually stick around to the end of the video or don't skip past the parts between fragrances. Then you get a dog fashion show. So here we have Haitian tobacco, bay leaves, and patchouli. This is the one, when I read the list, I was like, that's it. Usually anything with bay leaves in it is my favorite thing. It's true. You know this.
When I read that, I was like, oh, I'm so happy you have a perfume made
yes,
directly for you.
I love all three of these notes, although I will say that the combination altogether sounds like it might be a little more like masculine than I would like generally gravitate towards scent-wise. Like, who do I have to impress? That being said...
This is amazing.
Yeah. This smells like the inside of the tree that Mrs. Frisbee visits to see the owl in The Secret of Nim. Just like off the top of my head.
Sure. I'll agree with you.
I love the bay leaf scent. Okay, so bay leaves are one of my favorite. Like, the bay laurel is like a really good incense. Like, they burn, they're really combustible, the dried leaves, and they have a particular smell. I really have to say the tobacco and bay leaf is kind of gentling up the patchouli a bit. Mm-hmm. But bay is really prominent in this, which is a delight for me. I feel personally pandered to. I mean, it's a very serious scent. It's just like, look, you have to move your house to the lee of the stone. There's just no way around it.
You're still doing...
I know, I can't stop.
I have to move my house.
No, but there's something, there's really something...
Talk about a fragrance that'll make you pack up and leave your house.
Earthy and musty and like organic about the whole thing. The tobacco does impart some kind of like, kind of comforting human vibe. I don't know. There's a presence. It's next to the chocolate, so I'm still getting a little of that.
I like it. It's like spiky.
Yes.
Kind of spiky.
that bay leaf has a kind of like a spiciness to it.
Yeah.
Like a green spice,
Yeah.
you know, but not like, and it's not a sweet green spice like the cardamom often tends to be.
Yeah.
It's really its own special thing.
It just blends so well with the tobacco and the other note that's in here. Patchouli.
Yeah.
I forgot.
This smells to me like a room scent, you know, like a place scent.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can be worn on the skin, but it's not, I don't know if it's like my jam, but I definitely want to be in a place that smells like this. And it honestly reminds me a lot of like ritual and ceremony because, and that's just personal probably because of having used the bay leaf so much in like incense. Like when I make incense, I always include it because of the scent and also because of how combustible it is. Gorgeous. Are you ready to move on to coconut, tea leaf, and pineapple?
This sounds fancy.
It sounds like a swerve.
Am I going to a like desert island?
Yes.
I'm gonna hang out on the beach.
Yes, Norma Jean.
I know.
Wild Kingdom.
I agree. Okay.
So, I still have like the other stank in my nostril. So, the tea leaf, T-I, not T-E-A, really pulls this back from the ledge of like, if you like pina colada. It's still right up on that ledge.
Yes. But
Like it's juicy, it's got the coconut flesh. It's coconut, right? What?
yeah, it is.
I'm trying to remember the notes. Like,
got the coconut flesh. It's coconut, right?
yeah. Well, I was afraid that I might have like mentally gone to a different place because now I'm relaxed.
Hey, Grumbles, let's
Come
not
on,
be grumbly.
here. Okay, let's get some on the skin. Let's get some on the old skin bag. Yeah, it just changes dramatically the moment it hits the skin. And it has a little more of that like a little bit of an herbal presence that, I mean, it's still very soothing. There's like a kind of like a, you know, a creamy, like juicy tartness.
He's just vibing, and it's very funny to me. It's like, yeah. Oh wow, very different on the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, took it out from like Mai Tai town to like something else.
But what is it?
It's like a fruity paradise that's kind of scary.
It's not scary to me. I think you're just, you know, afraid of a good time.
Yeah, I am.
I want more, I think.
It just adds, not scary, I know, but it adds like something like earthy, and it gives it like a depth, this nice kind of base to just like.
I mean, it's quiet for sure. The pineapple can be a rowdy note, but I've also noticed that it tends to like retreat relatively quickly, because who can keep up that kind of a fuss, you know?
That's really nice.
It has just like a bit of like a sharpness and a sparkle and you know, creamy sweet goodness, and then you go back and you smell the patchouli thing, and you're like, what was I just like a masochist? Because it makes it seem especially rough and spiky in contrast. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like two very different hotel lobbies is all I'm gonna say. All right, and then the fifth and final of the Ménage is the green cardamom, Irish fern, and hinoki. Yet another hotel lobby. Just guessing.
Probably.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was really curious about this one. Wow. It's so funny to go from something really sweet to something that has this like, I want to say, I try to avoid using the word sour to describe fragrance because I don't think it sounds appealing. But a lot of, especially like fresh plants, do have a kind of like a sour smell.
This is incredibly green.
Yeah. It's like so bright green and frisky.
Wow. What hotel is this?
Yeah. I mean, it's in Ireland, right? We know that. It's like so green. It doesn't go like soapy, which is nice. I want to get this on the skin because I want the spice to come out. Because I think the fern and the hinoki are really just like piling it on here. So I was really thinking recently about B. Pal's Blade of Grass from a long time ago, and how that was one of my first B. Pals that I really loved, and it was just a very particular green grass note that I hadn't never smelled before anywhere else, you know? Just like different than the, you know, Bath and Body Works or whatever was selling that kind of thing at the time. Just the sheer variety of plant smells is so fascinating, and like it really takes, I think, like a subtle palette to create like such a different array of them, you know? Mm-hmm. Like it seems like such a narrow range, and then like within there it's just like a whole world of different possible scents, which makes it really hard to describe this to me. The cardamom takes a minute, but it does come out and kind of breathe some like spiciness into it.
Yeah.
Which is really intoxicating because I don't really expect it, you know, because I'm like bombarded by all of like the greenness and the woodiness. And then there's just this air of spice that is just like a bit peppery, and it's so smooth and heavenly. Like this is the kind of thing where if I wore it, I would just catch myself going back to smell it up close all the time. Because I think from a distance, you're not going to get the same thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is a lean in closer kind of smell.
Yeah. Like it rewards a closer look. Which is something that you can tell people about the scent that you're wearing. If they're like, oh, I love the fragrance you're wearing, and you can say, well, get in here because, you know, it rewards a closer examination. Wait, where are you going? Ma'am, this is an Arby's.
You beat me to it.
Ha! All right. I feel like I actually chilled between the last two that we smelled while we were talking. I felt myself getting like more chilled out, which is not how one like, you know, builds a sense of, you know, escalation toward, you know, a thrilling climax. But here we are at the thrilling climax, and that is that we have the Harvest Moon 2022. I know that I think we do Harvest Moon every year, or most years. It's a perpetual annual B. Pal favorite, and accompanied by beautiful Drew Roush label art. It's spooky. There's a witch, there's a pumpkin, there's a skull, there's leaves. Like,
what a harvest!
What else do you need? Okay, so this is a long one. Okay,
get ready.
This Harvest Lunacy combines the autumnal scents of dry leaves, mulling spices, balsam fir, pine needles, cedar, juniper berry, clove, saffron, damson plum, white sage, yarrow, and lily, twined with Dionysus' sacred grapes and ivy, a bounty of apple, black fig, and pumpkin, and the amaranth and lingam aloes of Janus, all touched by a gentle breath of festival wood smoke and sweet wine.
Okay, now repeat all of that back to us.
What? Oh, you mean them?
Yes.
I thought you meant I had to do it again, and I was just like,
just making sure you're following.
We'll just flash it on the screen. Okay. So, everything before this was like a warm-up. There are more notes in this perfume than there were in the past 5 that we just smelled combined.
Uh-huh.
So it really was like training up to like a big finish. I really, you know, I'm going to do my best. Like, am I really going to be able to smell amaranth in all of this? Would I know
immediately
an amaranth if I... Oh, that's it. Wow.
I'm getting like the mulling spices, the leaves, and like some wine. Smoky wine.
I'm getting the pumpkin and the fig.
Some apple.
Here's the trick with a lot of these seasonal fragrances. If I smelled this at a glance, I would be like, this is like I mean, you know, this is a pretty familiar group of like fall scents. And I would say at a quick glance, maybe indistinguishable from like, you know, a fall candle or, you know, some other perfume release that's just like pretty boilerplate. And I think the difference with something like Harvest Moon is that like I actually can track a lot of this stuff. Like it really does kind of like at a glance, at a sniff, people are like, that's fall. I know fall when I smell it, and that's it. And if you sit with it for a minute, like I'm getting clove, I'm getting juniper. If I go fishing for plum, I can find it. That's like what's exciting to me about you know, like a really finely crafted fragrance, is that first impressions, you know, like even when we do something like Harvest Moon, which I think is a pretty standard inspiration for like a fall fragrance, there's so much detail that people are potentially capable of finding in it. And it's just beautiful. Like every inhale that I'm taking, I'm finding something else. And that's just such a treat. Like the color palette in this is so diverse. Like dark greens, pale greens, you know, yellows, reds, like the whole thing. I just got the smoke. Like that's, you know, and this is all just in the bottle, so I want to get like a nice glop of this on the skin. Sorry, I've just been jabbering and you haven't said one thing.
That's fine. Whatever you said, I agree.
Whither thou goest, there goest I. The thing that scares me about this is the wine, because that's not a scent that typically plays well on my skin. But there's so much going on in here. It really reminds me a bit of the Woman at the Edge of the Woods, which is one of my favorite Be Pal perfumes ever, except for the pumpkin and this. The pumpkin and apple and so forth make it really impossible for me to mistake it for that in any way. What's standing out for you?
Admittedly not really anything specific. I'm getting like just a big atmosphere of autumn kind of thing. The smoke stands out more on the skin, but like it feels like a festival, like a autumn festival.
I mean, it really does, which is why it's so nice that there is like, you know, like the wine and the smoke and, you know, the mulling spices and all of these things, which kind of like suggest like a variety of things like happening within close proximity. It's really, it does create like a whole atmosphere. It's very transporting, and it's like an atmosphere that there are other people in, which makes it seem especially, I think, warm and comforting. Like this is not like an atmosphere that someone's like, no one is doing all this by themselves, you know? Even Martha Stewart would at least have Snoop Dogg there, you know?
Oh yeah, she definitely always has help. She's always assisted.
I hope she gets the help she needs. And I mean that. The fruitiness is not overbearing to me in the slightest. The wood smoke is just like a gorgeous thing. Like sometimes with the smoky scents, like it's either so much smoke that I can't really smell much else, or it's listed and it's so faint that I don't get what I want. This is like the appropriate amount. And now that I know that and have the perfume, I shall be revisiting it again.
There you go.
I like it kind of dries it all out, which kind of gives you that suggestion of fall weather.
Yeah.
In addition to all of like the harvest, it's just like, what else is going on? So that is our Harvest Moon Lunacy roundup, and as promised, this is a white Pomeranian in a denim vest.
Oh my gosh, so magical.
And we have Dolly Parton
sweet.
to thank for that.
We have Dolly to thank for a lot.
It's like autographed.
She's Saint.
Her name's on it, and it has a pearl snap, a fake pearl snap at the bottom.
Are you the sweetest? Are you like, why are you lifting me up while I slumber?
Yeah. I mean, he likes the attention, you know. And he can fall asleep again, just like, he might do it right now.
Appreciated on camera, bud.
He's like, you're talking to me in riddles. None of this means anything.
You look so good.
His body is very warm.
Good. There we go. There's a smile. You look so good.
Do you feel beautiful in your Dolly Parton vest?
Oh, such a good bug. Yeah. There you go.
All right, Disco.
See? Now that's how you give a fashion show.
Yeah. I mean, I would love it if there was a fashion show where all the models were asleep on stage and then one by one they're woken up, where they just like sleepily wake up and like stand up and show off their outfit and then are allowed to like lay back down and go to sleep.
Let them rest, you know?
Right.
Let your models rest.
They're tired.
They're tired. It's hard.
It's been a big week.
Oh, wow. That's a happy bug.
We could just do 15 more minutes of this, except for I would probably swelter, because his fur coat is now my own. But we will be returning very soon. We have some more Lunacy stuff that we could smell if there's time later this week. And also, before you know it, the entire Halloween 2022 collection is going to be here to smack you right in the face, you know? So, you know, wear a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for now, I guess. You want to say bye? Oh! Oh! That's a good yawn. He's waiting for us to end the video, so let's just do it. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.